Hello and welcome to BQ Prime. A very good afternoon to all the viewers. I am Sheela. One company that is in focus in today's session is a Sheela Foam, where the stock has surged in trade on the back of the two acquisitions that they have announced. One is in terms of 94.66% in Kurl-on Enterprises for 2,150 odd crores and a 35% stake in Furlenco for 300 odd crores. What these acquisitions would mean for the company and what is going to be the strategy from here on. Joining us on the show to discuss the same is Mr. Rahul Gautam, CMD at Sheela Foam. Good afternoon and welcome to the show, Mr. Gautam, and congratulations on the acquisitions.
Thank you, Hiral. Thanks a lot.
Overall, Mr. Gautam, firstly, if you could help us understand what are the kind of synergies that we are seeing with both of these acquisitions? Because one is in a same field, the other one is more in terms of where the furniture space goes. What is it that you're looking at?
So first, let's look at on an absolutely macro level. The prime product that the company manufactures is flexible polyurethane foam, which we have been doing for the last 50 years. We do that in India, we do that in Australia, we do that in Spain. And let me say that we are proud that whether it's the technology, intellectual properties, raw material sourcing, formulations, etc., and the products that come out of it, we can compare ourselves to the best. So therefore, the strength lies on that polyurethane foam. The two major applications of polyurethane foam, one is mattresses and the other is furniture. And that's the connection that comes in as far as both these acquisitions are concerned. You're quite right that we are in the mattress field for a long time. We have a brand of our own. Let me just say that the sheer diversity of the country is so much that one consumer brand cannot really take care of all the needs and requirements of all the customers. And therefore, another consumer brand would actually be working synergistically. You did ask the question on synergies. So there are back-end synergies, which is the volume of raw materials and inputs kind of sourced. The manufacturing of the products can be closer to the markets because Kurl-on has 8-9 units, and they are fortunately not in the same town as Sleepwell is. So there is also a saving on the distances and the logistics, etc. And then, of course, upfront, there is, the way that each brand has grown, it's very different from the other. So one is a coir brand, the other is a foam brand. One sells through EBOs, the other one through MBOs. One is strong on the south and the east part, and the other one is north and west. So all these things will add up to the synergies between the two. And coming to the Furlenco side, where I said the connection is through the foam part of it. It's also natural for Sheela Foam to have some kind of a presence or strong presence in the furniture side. At the moment, that market is extremely fragmented, but with the showrooms that we have, with the foam that we produce, the synergies would be there to make a foray into the furniture market.
Right. So thank you for the synergies, firstly. Secondly, from an acquisition perspective, are both the acquisitions EPS accretive?
So Kurl-on is, yes. Furlenco would become by October. So, one of their biggest costs have been finance costs. And the moment we infuse the funds that are necessary, we would become EBITDA positive from October onwards and a PAT positive from November onwards.
Right. So basically, Furlenco will start reflecting on Sheela Foam's books, say, from the second quarter onwards, whereas you have Kurl-on, which will start reflecting from the third quarter onwards. Is that correct?
So Kurl-on reflecting on third quarter onwards, yes, you're right. On the other one, we still need to figure that part out. That how would the amalgamation of the accounts and all that be? But yes, start happening to us from quarter four as far as Kurl-on is concerned. I mean the sharing of the profits or the reflection of the profits will start happening from that time.
Right. Now, apart from this, if you see in terms of the acquisition, how is the company funding both these acquisitions? Is it through internal accruals or debt or a combination of both? And if it is a combination of both, then what is the divide looking like?
So it's actually all the three that you mentioned. One is cash in the books, which is in open domain, some 850 crores. And balance is a mix of debt and equity. All I can say is that our balance sheet is not leveraged, therefore the capability of raising debt would be there. However, we will also want to ensure that the ratings, etc., are not impacted or the debt doesn't go beyond. Generally, very averse to debt. So, but the exact ratios would probably be known in another week's time.
Right. Apart from this, if you see in terms of the kind of inorganic growth and acquisitions that Sheela Foam has executed, one was in Australia in 2005, then another acquisition in Spain in 2019. And both of these have been really successful that have contributed to the company's growth story. From these two as well, how is the turnaround expected to pan out, and what's the kind of market share gains is the company expecting?
So I think you mentioned about the acquisitions, and there have, besides the Australian and the Spanish acquisitions, there have also been some small ones in India, lesser significance, but still have been there. And I think one thing that Australia and Spain has taught us is how to handle acquisitions, and that's a bit of an experience that kind of exists with the company. The impact of both, which we talked some time back, will start from as soon as the transaction gets completed. I mean, right now with Kurl-on, it's only been a sign off. Or actually, with both, it's been a sign off, and it'll probably take a couple of months before we really get to the level of transacting. I would say that the impact would be positive, and the real impact would really start from FY25, which is 1st April 2024. And this would all be the settling time and the clearing of all the creases time, etc. So we would look at FY25 as the impact happening.
Right. And what does this take the company's market share to? Because everyone's eyeing that with this acquisition, specifically with Kurl-on, that will probably go somewhere upwards of 50%.
Not true, really, Hiral, because actually the mattress market, 60% of the country still sleeps on some cotton mattresses, the chattais and all that. Of the modern mattress, there is a large chunk which is the unorganized sector, slowly converting to organized, and there is an organized sector. So this 40-50% that you talk about is the organized sector part of it. But I think we should look at the traditional the modern mattress market, and in that, if we will look, after combination would be of the order of 20, 21, 22, something like that.
Okay. And if you have to look at the government side of business as well, because clearly, we are looking at the mattress segment, the automotive segment as well, where the company has a good market share, footwear, lingerie, furniture, these are a few of the other names, segments of business. But overall, what is the driver in terms of the government sector? Because, in terms of the Vande Bharat trains, how big an home currently is it that How much of our business comes from there?
So we had, we had developed a special kind of foam which needed to be, fire retardant and resistant, etc., for the railway industry. And this was about 2.5, 3 years back. Since then, our sales to the railways have only been increasing month on month. I would say that the current requirement of foam in the railways would be of the order of about 750 crores a year. We are supplying already to the level of about 2 crores. 200 crores. And slowly it is kind of increasing. Vande Bharat, initially it has started off with the chair car. Next are the sleeper cars that they would be doing. And I am sure we are already in the process of finalizing the specifications and doing that and creating that.
Right. And overall, if you have to look at, you said that the impact will start being seen in FY25. What is the combined turnover expected to look like, taking these two acquisitions into consideration?
So my guess would be 100, 1,200, and say about 4.2, 4.3 thousand crores.
Right. So that's something which we should be aiming at as well in terms of FY25. Thank you,
yes,
Mr. Gautam, so much for joining us on the show, and for congratulations once again as well for the acquisitions, and looking at a good turnaround for all the acquisitions like we've seen in the past as well, that Sheela Foam has managed to do so far. Thank you. Stay safe and speak to you soon again.
Thank you, Hiral. Thanks a lot for inviting me. Thank you.
Always a pleasure.